What you put on your feet for 2,000 miles will likely make a difference. What you think? Hey YouTube, my name is Todd, and if you're thinking about preparing for a long distance hike, then welcome to my channel. Hiking a different path is all about my preparation for an attempt of a through hike of the Appalachian Trail in 2021. And unless you're planning to walk barefoot like an Aboriginal, you'll likely wear something on your feet to do a long distance hike. And there are lots of options to look at, from full-on leather hiking boots to trail sandals and lots more in between. You need to know that I'm not sponsored by any of these companies that I'm going to mention, and this is not a paid endorsement for any of these shoe manufacturers. All the shoes that I talk about and the ones that I wear, well, I bought them with my own money. Foldy green. Now that we've gotten legal stuff out of the way, let's talk feet. I have to tell you, mine are pretty jacked up from a lifetime of misadventures. I've torn just about every ligament in and sprained both ankles of my feet so many times it's virtually impossible for me to twist my ankles anymore. I can hike and roll my ankle over, and anyone in eyeshot will see that and cringe. Man, I bet that hurt. No, not really, at least not anymore. I mean, seriously, look at them. That being said, I still want something comfortable to hike in and day out for 2,000 plus miles. When I first started hiking in general, and well, longer distances in particular, I had enough common sense to know that I needed something that wouldn't kill my feet, or my knees, or my back. Now, my wife and kids will tell you, I have a real tendency to be very particular about everything. And my footwear choices, well, they were no exception to that personality trait. I don't like high top or even mid-quarter style shoes. If I'm going to roll my ankle, and I'm going to roll my ankle at some point, I want a level of freedom of movement when that happens. You see, I've got feet like a cat, quick feet. So stumbling may be common, but tripping to a point where I fall, like on my face, is very rare. Like Halley's Comet kind of rare. And yeah, I know I just completely jinxed myself. Faceplant is imminent. I don't like waterproof shoes or boots either. I know my feet are going to get wet no matter what I do, so why fight it? I need to embrace the suck, as the military says, and get on with it. So low quarter, breathable, and light. Weight is a concern, and well, lighter is better. My first stop on the shoe train was Merrell. And these guys have served me well for the past 4 or 5 years. I've gone through a couple of different styles over that time, but the basic brand, well, was always Merrell. I liked them because they were light, or at least light adjacent. They tended to fit my foot really well, though I experimented between a couple of different styles to see what a wider toe box would do, and all the while kept looking for something still lighter than what I was using. A little over a year ago, I tried a completely different brand of shoe. Now, I wanted to look at, I'm going to mispronounce this, Saucony, well, Merrell, Adidas, handful of other brands, but then this cat named Darwin had to go and show me his shoes. And well, I got introduced to a brand that I'd never heard of or even considered. Altra shoes, A-L-T-R-A. Now, what I thought was predominantly a running shoe turned out to be a pretty darn amazing trail shoe. The claim to fame for Altra is that they are what is called a zero drop shoe. This means that the front of the shoe in the toe area is the same height as the back of the shoe in the heel area. This is supposed to promote a more natural foot placement, weight distribution and natural gait to the wearer. So I got to tell you, This particular shoe has been a revelation to me in hiking shoes. Now, there are a number of things that I like about Altra, not the least of which is the amazing comfort of the shoe for everyday wear. The Altra website will tell you that you'll experience a physical break-in period from a normal style shoe. And what they're talking about is specifically your calf muscles. Now, I had a few days of tighter calf muscles, but for me, the break-in was minimal. I suffer from a number of physical issues, including a jacked up back, bad knees and hips, and all of these were mitigated tremendously with these shoes. Some of the smaller things that mean a lot to me may seem silly to you, like the way they lace up. I can cinch down on these pretty good and have next to no foot slip to the toe. I have a high instep, and this doesn't cut my foot in half in the process. The large toe box is a wonderful feature. Plenty of room for my toes to spread out and still not bang into the end of the box. Before the Altras, I hadn't done a single section hike that I didn't lose it, at the very least, the toenails on my big toes every single time. The gator grips are interesting. I don't presently use gaiters, but I'm definitely open to doing so, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to try that out. Then there's the tread life. Well, that's been great thus far. Now, you need to know that I wear them every day at work. I'm walking on concrete for an average of 3.5, 4 miles a day, and the treads are still good and still great for the trail. But because Altras have become my everyday wear shoe to work in, I purchased a separate pair and reserved those for hiking only, just so I can preserve the knobs on the tread for that use. The tread is an excellent setup also. I found I have a much higher degree of feel for steep inclines and drops, and the grip is awesome. The way the heel is extended and the lug pattern combined, well, they gave me an almost propulsive feel with each step. They were lighter than my normal hiker from Merrell, and well, the color was pleasing too. The footbed cushion is fantastic. From day one, I was amazed at the amount of cushion. Every day I get to slip my foot into these shoes is a pleasure. Truth is, I'd rather wear these than anything else in my closet. Another minor detail for you rather, but is important to me, they stay tied well. This is a nuisance that I'm happy to put aside. All in all, an excellent shoe that I will assuredly purchase again. Other than a less than average experience with customer service, I would highly recommend Altra shoes to anyone wanting a lightweight but dependable hiking shoe. After a few months of wearing the Altras, I had to slip on an old pair of Merrells I had for a work day. That one moment was enough to change my mind for good. So what shoes have you found success with? What hiking shoe or boot do you like? Comment below and let me know what you think would be a great shoe to try. As always, gang, thanks for watching. Feel free to follow me on Instagram and Facebook, and don't forget to hit the like button. So until next week, take a hike and love somebody along the way.